my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your crumpets together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling. Hello. I just have to do it just a little differently, honey. What's your tea? What is your tea, my darlings? To all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, my tea leaf readers, my tea baggers, and my tea biscuits. What's your tea? What is your tea, darlings? It's another glorious day, honey. I know you got all of your crumpets together because, darlings, it's time to dish tea, and you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat. What's up? Listen, child, I know we're supposed to be here at 9 o'clock, honey, but I was railroaded into cooking, okay? Nephew was like, Unc. I like, Neff. Okay, he said, Unc. I like, boy, what? Okay, and so we got to talking. So we had to go run to the store and this, that, and that. So I came back and we had time to come on, but I cooked. So I went and cooked and fed everybody and carried on. So that's why we're coming in here now, okay? But before we go any further, honey, let me bring in the one and the only, honey. This child is in the stratosphere.
What's that? You gotta go up to get down.
What you say now?
What's
Oh, say that one more time.
You gotta go up to get down.
Yeah, damn.
Gravity is knowledge.
Oh, what you say, honey? Well, you know how to work gravity, honey.
But hey, it's your boy, the Big Red Fella, checking in with my partner here, player partner. You know what I'm saying? Dishing tea, Big Meat, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm dishing juice, but we good. You know what I'm saying? He dishing tea, but you know, eating the red cup prompter.
Right, hello, right? Listen,
But yeah,
y'all understand? Okay, it's one of those days. So, listen.
If your mama's in the room, tell her stay right there.
Right. Okay. Listen. Tonight is going to be one of those shows. Okay, it's one of those shows. It really should be an After Dark, part of the After Dark series. However, because of the right, shut up. You know what? A bullshit. Okay, I really need to have that little board right here. I could just go and just click that. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. But because this topic is so necessary, we're going to uncover it here, okay? And we've talked about it before, but not the way we're going to do it today.
Okay. All
right? And today is sex before marriage. Okay. If I say what I want to say, honey, it's going to freak him out. So I'm going to keep it to myself.
Shout out to the heavy hitters.
That's in Texas, honey. Heavy hitters pride, honey. Big boy pride. That's in Dallas.
I wasn't talking to them.
I was. Anyway. When Buck say what? Buck say what? What you say, Buck? You know I love a good after dark. Okay.
Oh, there go.
Okay, that means, now you know what, Buck. That means I'm expecting you to participate. And if you want to come in, I'll bring you in.
Deep fried.
Okay. So listen now. Sex before marriage. Why is this such a taboo? Now, as you guys know, that there is the main topic. But once we start, we're going to cover it the way I'm asking. But as we get into it, honey, it's going to be just how a blooming onion, honey. This onion is going to just bloom and bloom and bloom. And there are going to be so many different topics that's going to fit up under this umbrella. To where, honey, I know this is going to be the only thing that we're talking about tonight. So, what'd you say? Why exactly? Okay. Why? Come through. Okay. But we're going to explore this because, see, now, one of the things that we all know is that, the implications behind sex before marriage is always a spiritual, religious, all the religions, dogmas, and carrying on, try to teach this and this, that, and the other. Sex before marriage. You want to save yourself for your husband and blah, 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 blah. However, what about those who've been married 2 and 3 times? You got those who've been married once. The marriage didn't go, it didn't last until death do us part in the physical sense. The marriage died. So hell, okay, we're going to, I'm not going to go there because I want to put a pin right there because we're going to get to that in a minute. So we have that. So for those who divorced and then remarried, honey, you wasn't a virgin. So did you, a lot of folks want to go into that, no, I want to wait before and this and another, now y'all been fucking all this time, honey, but now because you decided to get married, you want to stop and pause. And
you want to pause the draws for the cause, okay? And we're not doing that around here.
You know what?
I ain't never seen nobody go buy a car and not test drive it. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure the wheels are inflated properly. Yeah, you got to make sure the stick shift is sticking straight up. I mean, if you can't push it back and forward, it ain't gonna go somewhere.
You know what?
You need to make sure that the lever is tight. Okay, ain't no cracks in it.
No cracks in the leather.
No,
you know what? I'm. You know what?
And you pop the hood. You push it up like this.
Stop!
And you check the lubrication to make sure everything is okay.
He said pop the hood.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Hold on.
If you don't go around to the trunk, you ain't gonna be able to. You gotta see how much space you got in there.
Oh, watch yourself now.
So you open the trunk and you get in there.
Now listen, okay, now that's something I know a little bit more about. I know a little bit more about the trunk action than you do. Okay.
Back to you, man. That's why I get off the bus.
Wait, he said, back to you. Oh, that's delicious. Okay. Oh, I'm going to be saying that soon. Anyway, so we have those particular things. Okay, Buck. Buck, you're being a pop star tonight, right? But the Bible says ... Tell me what the Bible really says.
What does the Bible really say? Buck, since you're here and you brought up that, go find me one scripture where they say there's no knocking boots before vows.
Right. Okay. That there we have allowed ourselves to be adulterated by a lot of the dogma of religion, the traditions of religion. Okay, now how is it that all of these things are supposed to be, but the man of God, who God has chosen to lead the flock, he can then do X, Y, and Z. He's the only one who get a pass. He's the only one that's covered in the blood, quote unquote. And he is the one who can sit up there and have a wife, and he got a concubine and this, that, and the other, because he wanted to live the life of Moses and all of it back in the Old Testament. When, Moses had a wife and things, and because she couldn't bear children, she said, oh no, go and have a child with that one. Okay, Hagar, ain't that her name? And then when Miss Thing sat up there
You dig indeed. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. And you know, so we have all of that. Okay, and folks get caught up in all of that and all of these particular things. However, let's talk about it this way. Because in the regular world, and I say it that way because you know this here goes from spirituality, spirit world to regular world, and this, that, and the other, right? The natural man. In the natural self, see, the marriage is not consummated. I mean, the marriage is not a marriage until it's consummated. Okay.
Really?
Right. And what does consummation mean? That means that the act of intercourse had happened. Okay. And that way, that is how a marriage is really a marriage, is when sexual intercourse happens between the two. So that there is a natural world. But in spiritual world, honey, that is always true. So oftentimes, if you are coming together and joining, you know, and desiring one another's body and carrying on, that there is a marriage. Oh, it got quiet. The whole house just went quiet. Did you hear? The whole house just
I'm going to tell you why.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
There's always a sense of tranquility and quiet when you're talking a bunch of bullshit.
I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hit him hard. And I just made some chicken Alfredo. I would take one of the fettuccine noodles and wrap it around his big ass.
I'll just throw a blue pill at it.
No, nitric oxide.
By the power of straighten up.
Woo! Okay, man.
I'm a boy. What?
Wait. Oh, okay. I see. We fooled it. We fooled it. A lot of y'all not catching all of this because this is shit that we talk about. Okay, so a lot of this is inside shit. But go ahead.
Wait a minute, I just had another thought, right, about fatherhood and his son.
Right?
Do you remember the movie Lion King?
Yes.
I remember he picked his son up and he was like Simba, right?
Right.
But when a black voice like that pick up their son in the hood,
yeah,
they usually saying it's about the same syllable. They got use simple but.
You know what? You got the ooh wee, didn't you?
You simple something. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, look.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Sex before marriage.
Yeah.
Spiritually, biblically, look, there you go. The King James interpretation, actually manuscript, says.
That was interpreted correctly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, uh-huh. All right, so let me tell you this. What if you spend $20,000 on a wedding, right? And you end up with sandpaper?
Oh. We
got a studio audience tonight, you are.
We got an audience. That just came in on time.
It's sitting in on
okay.
It's a touchy subject. And another thing, you know what? Why you have us always putting on a white dress? And you know Ray, Billy Bob, and your doggone boss that gave you the raise. Everybody done hit. Why you got the white dress on though? Real talk. Put on your favorite color. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. Don't be talking about some. I'm gonna wear white and fuchsia, and I'm gonna wear white. And you trying to make it make sense by adding that color to it. Okay, just wear a fuchsia dress.
Okay. Listen, okay. See, didn't we say it was going? It has all these different layers, okay? Because supposedly during the wedding and carrying on, honey, the white dress was supposed to sanctify purity. It's supposed to sanctify that you're virginal, okay, and this, that, and the other. And it's supposed to represent that. See, remember, everything about a wedding, as far as the vows and this, that, and the other, everything is supposed to be symbolic. Okay, it represents this. The white dress represents the virgin and carrying on.
You know
It
what's supposed to be
represents
symbolic?
what?
A man and a woman's position in a relationship that's supposed to hold together through anything and nothing can break it.
Hey,
That's symbolism when it comes to a doggone marriage. You know what I'm saying? But that mess, the white dress, the champagne toast, the first dance. What if she ain't got no rhythm? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Which happens.
Which happens.
Which happens.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, we go through all of this because why? These are man-made traditions. This is what we have come to say. This is it. Now, you know what? Since you went to the dress, and I know we're gonna be bouncing all over the place, so y'all stay with us now because this is sex before marriage. Why is this a taboo?
and we're gonna be bouncing all over the place just like a wedding night.
Okay, Now, why is it that a white dress is supposed to be apropos, but a red dress suggests that you are Jezebel? And I know that that's what happened in the movie Jezebel with Betty Davis. But a red dress, or and particularly a red dress. Okay.
Well, they say the symbology of a red dress.
Yeah.
Or should I say the symbolism for you intellectuals out there, which I'm sure they sleep. The symbology of it, I'm putting like this. This is this. You know the red shoe diaries and the red lipstick diaries.
Right.
And then most of the prostitution pictures that they put out in the world to represent prostitution is always a woman in a red dress or a mini dress or something like that at the same time. But if I was driving down Cicero in Chicago,
not Cicero,
right, and a girl had on a red dress, right, she could be coming back from choir rehearsal.
Well, since we always wear red and black.
But I'll be able to recognize the girl in the green dress selling her bottom.
Ooh.
See, because when you grow up in certain areas of the map of the United States, whether it's Rosecrans Boulevard in California, San Diego, or whether it's Cicero in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? That's Detroit over there by them doggone warehouses. I forgot the name of that street.
No, we got 6 Mile in Woodward, and then we got 8 Mile in Woodward. And
right. Like I say, I ain't been to go, but I rolled through. And
wait a minute. Let me put the proviso there. 8 Mile in Woodward is biological. 6 Mile in Woodward is trans. Go ahead.
Okay, see, it's all kind of confusion.
but
the point I'm trying to make is a real ninja can smell a hoe. Okay, I'm going to put it out there like that. So if you go and it smells like a red dress, okay, marry it if you want to. Just set some rules. Bring 75% of your money home.
Well,
it's not pimping. It's a business deal.
Well.
So remember, tell people mind their business. And you'll mind yours. You all get the big house, and they get the outhouse.
How about it? No. Not the shitter.
He said,
not the shitter. They get the outhouse. Okay.
He said, you want to turn on your faucet or pump your water? You know, figure it out.
Well, don't forget Michigan Avenue and Schoolcraft. Oh, now you in the heart. That's Detroit.
Oh yeah, this might be where I am. I was on the Ave.
On the Avenue, Michigan Avenue. Yeah. Might be.
I believe that's it because remember I said we had the two main streets alike.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Michigan Avenue take us. The Michigan Avenue would take you straight to Chicago.
Yeah, Michigan Avenue stretch through Chicago. So yeah.
Just take it straight there. Okay. So okay. So let's get into it. Okay. Why is it such a taboo? Let's start there. Why? Let me ask this. Because men, can I talk to y'all for a minute? Males, trans men, hold up. I'm gonna pump your brakes for a second. No, maybe you could answer this too, because
no robots.
Y'all end up in this same damn mindset and carrying on and lose your goddamn minds too.
Going to poke him in the eye.
What? He's not gonna be satisfied. I get this pot of noodles. Okay.
The power of roast parts.
Right. Okay. Why is it that it is hard for you to accept the fact that a woman has a past, that she fucked somebody else before you?
Oh, did you use the F word? It makes it sound so nasty.
Okay, but men are treated that way. Listen, and we're talking about sex before marriage. I know damn well if you come up against somebody who said that I've been married before and they have children, you know they fucked.
Well,
so why is it that it still fucks with your brain cells? That when she sit up there and talk about, oh, you know, in my past and such and so, it's as if it is a dagger going into your heart. Like, oh my God, somebody else had this.
That's us both being from the Midwest area originally. Okay.
Right.
So then that goes to the question of pimp.
Okay.
Okay. How was a pimp able to deal with his bottom, knowing that she doggone had 100,000 miles on her head? You know, and my thing is this: he's a man,
right?
So where does he dig into mentally or emotionally? He loved his bottom,
right? Now hold on, wait a minute.
I'm gonna say, well, how does he deal with it? Because she's not like a regular dude is like she's dirty, even if she slept with somebody else.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Okay, press pause for a second. Please define bottom bitch for those who don't really understand that, because that has become the term. We done heard it on P Valley. We done heard it on All the Queen's Men and this, that, and other. Explain that. We hear that a lot now because that's becoming the term of endearment when it comes down to understanding what positions each girl play. So explain the bottom bitch.
Oh, but mine was. Anyway, look, let me
because in my world, it's a different connotation.
Okay, but let me tell you something. Let me break it down. Okay. How can I say it? It's a female in your life.
Yeah.
That is righteous, equivalent to who you are, assertive to your needs, and loving when nobody else is. And if you do, that acronym stands for real. She is the one that fills the gaps and thinks of the things that nobody else does. It's like you know the nurse that backs the doctor up. Right. She's really the doggone brains behind it. That's right. That's right. And you got to remember, when you choose somebody to be your bottom, you all have things that you all will deal with between each other that you won't take from nobody else. That's right. And you also have a wall up where nobody can infiltrate. Right. It's like nobody can come and tear that down. She is the one. She's the rock. Well, you know what I'm saying? If I put on my Trump hat, she's the Bonnie and Clyde. You know what I'm saying? Right. At the end of the day, your bottom is somebody that can answer a question for you when you're not there. Exactly. Your bottom is somebody that you can walk into a boutique and buy an entire outfit from her. You can buy the accessories, the underwear, the shoes, the stockings, the clothing, the whole 9 yards without her with you. And it's going to be everything she loves. Right. She's not loving it because you did it for her. No, she's loving it because it looks like she did it herself. That she did it herself. That's right.
Let's simplify that. Let's simplify that. Okay, because see, it comes down to position. Because if I'm the top and I say this is my bottom bitch, that means that we have now completed this. We complete.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the completion there. Okay, so we got this. And it's like, if I'm standing back to back or bookends.
If I'm correct, like you're saying,
I'm
correct. We're not going to take correction from nobody else but that.
But that one, exactly.
She the only one that can pull my coattail and say, "Hey,
right,
Blasey Skippy," and I hear her.
Right.
Everybody outside there to think they have a position in your life and say something.
To say something, right.
Subject to catch the bite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I need to put that out there because you hear us saying stuff a lot of times, and oftentimes some of y'all are looking like y'all heard the term and stuff, but don't know exactly what it is. Okay, and so that and that's what this is now in everyday,
let me give a shout out to Lil Thunder. Go ahead.
Okay. In everyday world, we would call that, my rock. We would call them, that's my ride or die, and we have other little euphemisms that we use in the street culture and those who are in, that whole particular world, whether you are in the streets, you doping, you trapping, whatever, if you're a dancer, this, that, and other, you pimping, whatever it is,
right?
That there becomes a term of endearment. That's their particular language. But that particular idea or that particular term is becoming mainstream now. Y'all hear it in rap songs and this, that, and the other, and a lot of folks are not necessarily understanding.
But there's something I learned this, and it's funny. I think it's true because it's almost it's like role playing almost. I've seen a marriage, right, and I watched it. And I'm like, and I had to, I'm being nosy. You hear this? And I had to ask questions, and they told me the whole little story, and I was like, that's dope. Husband, wife, right?
Right.
He plays this pimp role.
Right.
He used to be years ago.
Right.
So to maintain his pimpism, she steps in the position, legally married,
right,
as the bottom.
Okay.
And allows the colloquialism between the two of them to be the same. Yet she's not selling her body. She has a career degree and everything. But she gives him the daddy respect. So they have a situation where they walk like pimps, talk like pimps, live like pimps, but not doing none of the dirt. But what it does, you know what it does?
Give it to me.
It pulls their ego up.
Exactly.
Ego is.
Could you wait a minute? Because I'm already there. Because what you started by saying role playing,
and that's the thing, because it became a way of life versus a role play.
Now let me give you that, because see, in the world of S&M, the leather world of carrying on, this here would be a scene. Okay, this here would be part of that whole scene, right? Because it's number one, it's fulfilling a fantasy. Right. Number two, it is role playing and carrying. Number three, you have safe words and this, that, and other, because y'all know what you can and cannot do.
Correct.
Right? So that there is a part of what the leather community, is all about. Mm-hmm. A lot of folks don't subscribe to it or don't think that it is, because it's not whips and chains and all the stereotypical stuff that we think that the S&M world is all about. Absolutely. But this here is just that. This is a part of that world, to where if they're comfortable with it, it's a lifestyle for them. They've agreed to it, and I can only imagine what they got their love life is, because exactly, because guess what? Oh,
if you remember most of the symbology over even the Black Exploit film,
right? If
you ever seen the position of the bottom, he treated her
right,
gave her power to run stuff.
That's right.
So it is. Imagine that in a real marriage where they living their lives vicariously through those characters. But when they doing it, you got to think about, they're not forgetting no holidays, no birthdays, no anniversaries.
Right.
The entire thing is to please your king.
It's to please
your queen.
That's right. That's right.
And
That's right.
I thought it was the dopest thing I ever heard.
I think it is. I think it is.
I really was sitting there like, yo.
Listen, there's a number of children who are in the S&M world that this is a way of life for them, right? They have the sex slave, they have the sex toys, and those who, and this is a way of life. I was trying to understand that because I was like, okay, wait a minute, I don't know if I commit to all of that outside of the bedroom or whatever, right?
Right.
But there is something there because there's a trust issue that's there. And it becomes a way to where I'm not disrespecting you because at any time we can end this when you say the safe word.
And that's, what, I think that whole, like that S&M thing, I think that's cool for people who are into that. But I'm going to tell you why I think it's even more, it has a whole nother level of it, because you have a thing where the respect side of it, right?
Right.
So say like you see a guy walking down the street, right? And he got a leash.
Yeah.
And his girl got his collar around.
Yeah.
And he walking and they walking proud as a couple.
Right.
Right?
Right.
She ain't got no hang-ups, all up
right.
in the air, mad, ain't got no attitude problems about what's going on, what
right.
doing, because he's not disrespecting
her. Right.
He's respecting the bond that they have in that world.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm sure that when you got somebody that close, they can walk the streets in reverse.
You know what? Now, let's go sex before marriage, right? Because we're talking sex before marriage. Can we use that as an example? Because oftentimes, let me take my head off. Oftentimes, see, sex happens up here. What you say? Yeah, I'm getting hot. We all know that the greatest sexual organ is between your ears up here. It's all in your brain. Yeah, it's up in here. Because we think it, we this it, we that it, okay, we contemplate on all of that. In that world, one of the things about making love all day is the fact that I'm here.
Preach.
Okay, I'm here.
Preach.
All right. I can sit up there because, see, sex is not necessarily the physical aspect.
Preach, brother.
Okay.
Preach.
It's not necessarily physical. Okay. The whole idea of being intimate and carrying on, I know what it is to get you going. Okay. I know your favorite flower. So what I put flower petals in your bath water or whatever. Or better yet, I wait till you get to work and I have flowers delivered to you.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? I have those same flowers delivered to you, and with the little card saying, I'm thinking about you. Okay. Or get nasty with it. I know you got them panties on I bought you the other day.
And the great thing about it is being appreciated for it.
Yes!
Don't act like it didn't ever happen.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So here we have a moment to where, because I know who you are, because I took the time to get to understand you, to know you, to court you, I understand those particular things, so I could have sex with you without the physicality of it, because I know how to make love to your mind. I know that when it's all said and done, baby, you know what? Hold on.
You know my biggest problem with relationships, just a little footnote, is building somebody up like that for somebody else to play with my toy.
Oh, now you know what? Wait a minute. I hear that a lot.
You build a person up and take them to somewhere they've never been for somebody else.
For somebody else to reap the benefits.
Don't even understand what you have built and done. And it makes you just want to go set it on fire.
Okay.
Like, oh no, I did that. Boom, knock it over. No.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, what? We live and we learn.
We live and we learn.
But yeah, what you're saying, man?
Listen, there is an art to this, and God knows I love it when I do this. Okay, I have a good time when I do
call it what it is.
What?
Okay, I'm going to sum this up into a word and then go ahead.
Say it.
This is courting.
How? courtship. Ah,
Okay.
understand.
Pay
Understand.
attention. All right. Listen.
Understand. Inner stand, overstand, outer stand.
The Lord knows I overstand it.
Okay, just stand. Stand it. Okay. This here becomes, and let me share with y'all something. And this happened to me. I was 29 years old. I think I told y'all this story before. Lord have mercy. Bart, if you out there, I would love to see you again.
Did you say Bart?
Bart, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Not Bart Simpson. Okay. Oh, but God help us. This man, I have been infatuated with him for like 6 years. Okay. I used to work at it was a leather bar at the time. It was a leather bar. Okay, it's called Tiffany's. Okay, and
a leather bar called Tiffany's.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
called Tiffany's.
Boy, this world here.
Okay, okay, and this Bart used to come, and he wore a leather cop uniform, policeman's uniform, right? I was security out there. Okay, so he would come up the street,
right? And
when y'all know how I like my men, right? Y'all know how I like my men. But when I tell you everything about this motherfucker was just absolutely right. I mean, right. Here, his damn chest was like, bam. Them motherfucking thighs was like, pow. That ass, bitch, it was an onion wrapped in an apple. God damn it, that motherfucking ass was just everywhere. Here. And I was sitting up there, I was like, oh my God. I said, I'm security. So, why are you running? Don't run. Don't run. Ah! Stop! Is that why? Not necessarily, but okay, it just helps. Okay. Okay. So, for 6 years, honey, he had been coming to the bar. I've been saying hi and carrying on, but I don't necessarily like to make the first move on a guy or whatever because, it can be problematic and carrying on because, not knowing if you don't know, even though I know this is a gay bar, I didn't know what he was into, right? So I didn't want to necessarily make the first move and be uncomfortable.
What if he walked into the wrong bar?
Huh?
He might have walked into the wrong bar.
And that too. Yeah, see? But no, because he returned.
Nigga, what?
Right. See? Which is why I don't do that. Right? Exactly.
Oh.
Okay. What you say, bitch, please? Wait. That's my son, honey. Brandon, don't be calling your mother out like that. Don't you call me out. Okay.
What's up, dog?
Okay. He said, bitch, please. So I was speaking, say hi and carried on, in that flirtatious kind of way. And he would speak back, right? But this went on, like I said, for 6 years. Okay. So Tiffany's changed hands, and then it became Sam's, Tiffany's, and blah, 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 blah. It was no longer a leather bar. It became something else, blah, blah. I ran back into
it turned heterosexual?
No, it just became a gay bar, but it wasn't. The queens came in, it became a show bar, and the leather guys were like, fuck this shit, we ain't in for this sissy shit, so they left. Okay.
Wait.
What?
Stop.
What?
Flag on the play.
He said flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Exactly.
Look, so
right.
Said, one group of sissies said they're not with this sissy shit, so they left the other sissies.
Exactly. Right.
Bruh, that shit is exhausting. I don't know what the fuck y'all want to be gay for.
Exactly.
That shit is exhausting, bruh.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
My ears trying to hit this shit, bruh. It's like hitting the gym, dog. All right.
It's an education.
Back to you, Mitch.
Right, thank you. Okay. So I ran back into him at an audition. The play Rent, the musical, had come, they were auditioning in Detroit. And so we bumped into each other at that same audition. I didn't know he was a singer. Okay. Of course, well, I didn't know. I didn't make it to the second round because I'm a baritone bass. Okay. They were looking for screaming tenors. I did not know that until when you listen to the Rent soundtrack or whatever, you're like, okay. I didn't make it there. He did. He went to the second round. I said, okay. So then we didn't see each other again until Hellfire. Now, Hellfire.
Yeah, explain. I don't know what that is.
Okay. Hellfire it's a leather organization, right? And they do an event once a year, okay? Right after Labor Day in Douglas, Michigan. Now Douglas, Michigan is on the western part of Michigan, right? Up north. And it's right on the border of Chicago. Okay, it's real close to Chicago. But
is Detroit? It's north of Chicago, right?
Detroit is south of Chicago.
No, because south is going towards U of I, Champaign, coming back this way. So it's got to be north up there.
We are here in the thumb.
Look, here's Chicago, right? Y'all got to be up here.
No, no, because South Haven is up here, and Chicago is that way.
Do you have any Lake Michigan?
No.
That's no Lake Michigan hits.
No, Lake Michigan hits up north, and that's by South Haven.
Okay, well, Lake Michigan is in Chicago.
Right. Right. We got the Detroit River. We don't get hit by any of the lakes.
But I'm saying, okay, you got Lake Michigan, right? So you don't get none of the lakes. You get the river.
Right. We get the Detroit River. Okay. Chicago is south of us, Eric says.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So, like I said, Hellfire is a leather event, okay? And those who are part of the S&M community or whatever that are part of Hellfire, this is their like pride. It's a leather pride event, if anything. And so they come to the Douglas Dunes Resort and they take over the resort for a week. Okay. So the first 2 days is the move-in day. That's when they come in and they put up the tarps and carry it on because they play how they play. The surrounding neighborhoods or whatever, they put up tarps so that the houses and stuff that's in the way don't get access to it, right? So they put up the tarps and they put up their tents and everything and all that for the first 2 days. I was working at the Douglas Dunes. I was there as a housekeeper and carrying on and this, that, and the other, working with Rusty and where he's now Billy Lake. We were all together and things of that nature. So I was there and we were getting the rooms together. Well, I will say this. Hellfire has predominantly a Caucasian roster, okay? Black folks go there, but it's very few, right?
The name says that.
And I, of course, I saw a black face walking through the crowd. So immediately they caught my attention. I said, oh, okay, wait a minute. Then I caught the body. I said, damn, he got a fat ass on him, right? And I'm trying to clean the room, this, that, and the other. But then I saw who it was. And everything in me just went. I'm like, oh my God, that's Bart. Oh my God, that's Bart.
It's Bart.
Okay. And so Rusty, he done passed on. Hey, baby. Rusty said that he said, bitch, what's wrong with you? I said, girl. I said, remember the guy I was telling y'all about that I've been lusting after for 6 years? I said, yeah. He said, Rusty said, yeah. I said, that's him. She said, oh, really? I said, yeah, this is my sister. This bitch. She goes, She says, excuse me. He just turns around because he's helping to set up and everything. He said, hi. The brother said, is your name Bart? He said, yeah. He said, okay, well, this is Demetrius. He want to put his face in your ass. The color in my face just left, right? The color in my face left. I felt like a penny trying to pass as a dollar. Okay. I was like, bitch, did you just do that? Bart started laughing. He chuckled. Right? He came over to me and he said, is anything that he said true? And I said, well, that depends. I said, I've thought about it, but that just depends on you. And he said, well, I like the sound of it. I said, okay, don't do that to me because you don't know who I am. And I've been trying to find out who you are. And so he says, well, why don't we do that? And I said, God damn it. Okay. Right. So now we're talking a little bit. He said, well, let me get back to cleaning up whatever, this, that, and that. He said, I hope I get to see you later. And I said, okay. So now, later done passed, and I'm up in here. I'm mad at Rusty because Rusty done just poured my whole card or whatever, right? And just threw me out here to the wolves. I'm like, bitch, why did you do that? She said, because, bitch, you wasn't going to say anything. I said, okay. I said, ow, okay. I was embarrassed. I wasn't mad. I was embarrassed. But, okay. So now, right, it's later in the day. We had set up there because we were responsible, they cooked and everything, so we were serving the dinners. But no, that came later. This here, they were able to still have access. Everybody would still have access to the thing. I'm upstairs. I'm in the kitchen. I'm washing the dishes and carrying on. And Rusty's calling him, Meech. No, he called me D. He said, D. I said, what? He said, D. I said, girl, what? What? She said, bitch, come here. I need you right now. I said, girl, I'm trying to get these dishes done. I'm tired. Girl, what? She said, bitch, come out here. I need you right now. So now I done got pissed at this bitch. I'm like, okay, bitch, what the fuck it is? That what, girl, what? And as I'm walking, Bart is standing in the motherfucking kitchen with that same cop suit on. Bitch, I was like, oh, shit. Oh, my God. And I'm trying to keep cool. Y'all know I don't have a motherfucking poker face. So I'm trying to keep cool. I'm trying to be calm and collected, but everything in me was like, oh, please ravage me. Right? So I'm like, okay. I said, hey. He said, hey, how are you? I said, I'm good. I said, I'm wet, but I'm good. He said, what I see. He said, I know you work or whatever, but I'm here in the bar and I want to have a drink with you. So would you come down after you? I said, well, I said, if they let me finish, I said, give me about 20 minutes or so and I can be done or whatever. He said, okay, I'll be waiting. He came up and he kissed me, bitch. Fuck you. So I said, okay. There's a pep in my step.
Whore.
Right. And running. Okay. He's still running. So I'm like, okay. So I went, finished up the dishes and carried on. Rusty is getting a kick out of this. Rusty is really getting a kick out of this. So I go downstairs to the bar because I done finished and everything. And that was this here became my very, very first real date. And what do I mean by that? This is the first time that I actually went to a bar, had cocktails with a guy, and we're talking and this, that, and that. There was no sex involved or whatever. This was actually a meet and greet and this, that, and that. This is the first time I've ever done this. Okay? I'm 29. Okay? So now we're talking, and I said, well, I'm getting.
I ain't been on no date. Go
ahead. Been fucking a lot, but not on the date.
Horrible. What does
So now we're talking to this and another, blah 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 blah. He's digging me. I'm asking him about, how did you get involved in this and this and that, about the whole community and things. He said, well, I'm not like most people in the gay world, and I hear this a lot with a lot of masculine presenting men who are into the S&M world or whatever, because it's like, I went to regular bars or whatever, but I'm not that, I'm not into house music and stuff like that, And when I walked into a leather bar, whatever, it was a lot of masculine men, and it was more more me. And so a lot of folks feel that way. I said, okay. So I asked him what he was into, as far as how he plays or whatever. He was into electricity, and he likes paddling. He likes nipple play and this, that, and that. I said, oh, okay. I said, electricity. I said, that's interesting. He said, well, it's not what you think it is. He said, but it's about sensation and this, that, and other. So we're talking and carrying on. And so.
And then he looked at you and said, young man.
You're so damn dumb. I'm sick of you. So now we're going through and we're talking. And he's buying my drinks. Oh, he treated me like a bitch. Bitch! Ow! Ow! It was everything. Okay. It was everything. Oh, I felt so pussy. I felt so motherfucking pussy. It was ridiculous. Okay. It was ridiculous, but I was loving it, Eddie. Ow! I was loving it. Anywho.
I hope this story ends with a white dress.
So then I told him, I said, well, I don't tell this to folks a lot because of the implications behind it. And he said, what is that? I said, well, because you're into S&M, and I mean into the leather community, I see the leather and all of that as butch drag, right? And he said, well, yeah, I can see how you see that or whatever. I said, well, if you're into butch drag, I said, I am a female impersonator. And his eyes went up. He said, really? I said, yeah. He said, what's your name? I said, I go by Samantha Stevens Divinity. He said, I think I heard of you. I said, well, you had to come and see me. He said, well, wait a minute. I'm intrigued by that. I said, oh, wait a minute. What? He said, yeah, I want to see you dressed up. And bitch, I'm about to melt. Because any other time, that's a turnoff for a lot of guys. So I don't lead with that. And I still don't tell folks that I do drag. Not when I'm trying to date.
He do drag.
I'm gonna cut this motherfucker. Damn, that was perfect. That was so perfect. That was so perfect. So now, that intrigued him, and now I'm sitting up here, bitch, I'm about to be a puddle, right? I am, oh my God, everything in me, I'm about to be a puddle, okay? So I'm like, okay. So, it was getting late and whatever, and they were about to start the festivities or whatever. I said, well, you know what? I said, here, let me let you get on because I know that everything was about to get started or whatever, and I don't want to keep you from what you came here for. He said, well, perhaps you might be some of that extra that I need to have. I said, okay, now you're playing with me. I said, go on and do what you're going to do, boy. I'll see you later. All right. So he went to go and play and carry on. Now, like I said, what we were doing in the morning, so we served them breakfast and we served them lunch. So now, in the morning, we coming in, this and another.
Early in the morning.
Right. So now, what he does, he's in line and came on to get breakfast and came on. So I said, hey, good morning. He said, hey, how are you? I said, I'm fine. How are you? And he kisses me. I was like, oh, shit. So, I gave him a couple extra strips of bacon and a little sausage and 2 scoops of eggs. And,
Yeah, at the Blue Oyster Bar.
I said, you want anything else? He said, no, I'm good. I said, okay. I said, I said, so now, he said, no, I'm good. He said, how was your evening? I said, well, I thought about you all night. He said, I hope you say that. I said, okay. So now he's in my head. Bitch, when I tell you this motherfucker was making love to my motherfucking mind so goddamn strong, bitch, I couldn't say his name without stuttering. Every time I thought about him, my palms would start sweating. If I closed my eyes, I saw him. If I woke up, I saw him, right? I was like, dear God, what is happening to me? And I didn't want nobody to touch me, right? Because I got to a point to where I really was in a sexual moment. I didn't want nobody to touch me because I thought that their energy was going to fuck it up. I'm like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, right? Mm-hmm. Just let me stay here. Let me stay here because I'm loving this, okay? This went on every day, right? And then what happened was, like, in the morning, I was fixing breakfast and carrying on. Oh God, he has soft lips. Oh, it was so nice and tender, And I'm like, oh my God. And so everybody's teasing me. They're like, okay, here comes your man, honey. You ready? I said, stop, right? So, we did all that. I asked him how his sessions were. I said, what'd you get into last night? He said, well, I got into a couple of things. I said, no, you're going to tell me? He said, you want to know, don't you? I said, yeah, I want to know. He said, I'm going to wait. And he wouldn't tell me, right? I said, oh, you're going to do me like, and that was all that. So, baby, I'm telling you, I am here. I got to the point where I went home and I prayed. I said, Lord Jesus, please. I said, you know how I am and you know where I am. If he is not for me, don't send him to me. Because Lord, if this man tell me anything, honey, I'm about ready to marry him. Right?
Had you wide open.
And there was no sex involved. That was just it. There was no sex involved. Now, here's where it is. I said we were supposed to be meeting. Okay, it was time for them to leave, right? And he was leaving that Thursday. And we were supposed to be meeting up that Thursday morning when he checked out and this, that, and the other. I got caught up. So we were cleaning two different restaurants. So we went over to the Mermaid first and da-da-da-da-da. But somehow we got late. And when we got over to the dunes, he was gone. He didn't leave me no card, no goodbye. He didn't tell nobody to me till I said, hey, it was nothing. He was gone. Baby, when I tell you that crushed my little feeling, I didn't cry till I got home. I went in my room, honey, and I just, oh my God, bitch. I was just a lonely little bitch, honey, on prom night. Okay, what you on prom night, honey? Just one of those girls, right? And do you know that was 1999? I've not seen that man since.
Well, guess what, Meech? Right here in the show, we got a blast from the past.
You know what? Child back.
Bart, come on
okay. So all of that, just to take y'all down memory lane for a minute, all of that was about understanding how he was just making love to my mind. There was no physicality of sex there. It was just that his energy, how he talked, how he cared for me. This man had engulfed me with who he was. Right? I mean, enveloped me. Bitch, and I bought it hook, line, and sinker. Oh, I was so there. And quiet as it kept, I might still be there. Okay. But there was no sex involved in that. And we weren't talking about his marriage or whatever. But is this acceptable? See, we're talking sex before marriage. Y'all want to get hung up on this, that, and the third. And I understand, there's the biblical sense of you want to be pure for your husband. You want to give him something that no one else has had before, blah, blah, blah. And okay, really, but how do you do that? How do you do that when? And well, you know what? Let me ask this question too. How is it that it's okay, or the woman is supposed to be virginal, but the man not?
They don't say that. They don't say that.
What?
They say he's supposed to be doggone, you know.
They say he's supposed to be, however, they accept the fact that a man gonna be a man.
Well, hey, you know, pimping been around a lot of years.
Okay.
I come from a long line of pimps. And, you know, sometimes rules are made to be broken. You know.
But who breaks them? And when did you break them? Because see now to
Somewhere
talk
between a shot of tequila and some highway.
he said somewhere between a shot of tequila and some hot wings. Huh?
You stay between.
So you know, so it becomes, what are we talking about here? You know.
Well, you know what, man? There's a tug of war when it comes to the male child and the female child of the earth. And women fought for this whole, oh, they want civil rights, right? And when you gave it to them,
well,
they didn't want it no more. It's like they want to play the role of man in the household, right?
Right.
But they don't want the responsibilities that we carry.
This is true.
They want it handed to them and say they in charge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do the work. And when the man in there being that and he's doing the work, you want to complain about the time that he's putting into the work. You can't have it both ways.
Right. That okay. Then hey,
you can't have it both ways.
There you go.
But at the end of the day, bro, that man courted you mentally.
Yes, he did.
He took you to
Xanadu, baby.
And Nirvana.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Shit.
I get it.
Oh.
I get it, because one thing about me, let me check.
Okay, bring it on. Come on, give it to her. Give it to her.
All right. I'm going to keep it real, because I'm mostly hated on by black men anyway, because they can't keep it real.
Oh, dig it.
And they want to keep it real because they want to be as real as I am, but still maintain their negative character. They can't have it both ways. So I know my worth. And it's a shame that other people don't know my worth, or people from my past that did know my worth. Your loss.
Right.
I'm going to always boss up. But at the end of the day, here's the great thing about the courtship. Do you know that you can walk up, right? And pierce. You ever pierce an object that has air in it?
Right.
You walk up and you poke something in it, and the air comes out like, because you busted it.
Right.
But did you know if you walk up with a razor blade and you cut that same object real slow, the air is going to come out and it's going to follow your cut.
That's right.
It's not going to just come out one second.
Right.
It's going to follow your cut, and it's going to be air. You're going to get right back to the beginning of your cut, into the last of the air gone. You know what you just did? You preserved an aspect of life. That's called preservation. You just kept it where they gonna be happy even when they're not happy, remembering where their happy came from. And they know what you're capable of. So it's easy to pull a coattail on a man that courts you, because he can't lie about who he is, because you saw the vulnerability in the very beginning.
In the beginning, right.
He came to you hoping.
Right.
And this is right here. Now, this is where I got a problem with. Especially in the urban community. A man that's a provider, that's transparent and open to you, women, some of them perceive that to be a weak man.
They do. Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something. I ain't never seen nothing strong about a man that don't have no type of degree, no, not even a diploma, can fix and play a video game all day, but don't have no rent for you. He can't even feed you. He can't take you to the places you want to go. Your girlfriends are talking about all these places, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even if they had a couple's night out, he wouldn't even fit in.
Right.
But you calling him a strong black man? No, baby, he's not strong. Because if you wasn't there, the dog gonna give him that last pack of ramen noodles. What are you gonna eat? All right, okay. He need to be able to stand up for you when you can't stand up. But here it is, he can't stand on his own. And when he's standing up, you helping him. When he fall, you helping him. And now you fall. And he go on to the next door neighbor that was winking at him. So she can hold him up again.
Start it all over.
So now, hold on. So isn't that the opposite of what strong is?
Well,
wouldn't that make him a weak little boy?
Right.
But the man that comes along and maintains provision, changes your position in life, elevates you, all that kind of stuff that you can do in the world that can build, which makes sense. Wouldn't you rather break the cycle of sex before marriage with a man that you know the light's gonna be on, versus a man that'll choose a bag of weed over you eating? You know, the man that choose a bag over you, he don't even want to be bothered if you got children, because they're going to take out of his mouth. He's going to be thinking about, oh Lord, she got 1 or 2 kids and she ain't going to be able to buy me a video game.
Right. Or the new Jordan.
Or the weed. I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, not a starter kit.
Yeah, she won't, you know what I'm saying? I can't get no wake and bake with her because she got to buy cereal for little Johnny.
Right.
But the provider, he don't see the kid as a liability. He see it as an opportunity to doggone be something positive in that child's life.
Okay.
Because he know if there's a girl or a boy, however you treating that mother is going to reflect on what they do in their future.
This is true. This is true. This is true. Okay, let's go here. Because we're still talking about sex before marriage.
Yeah.
Sex before marriage. Why is it that the whole idea of I need to test drive the car before I buy it rings so true? What is it? Why is it? What is it that we're looking for? What do you got to test drive? Are we looking?
You know what? I really was choking on this. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Okay.
Go ahead, dig it.
The problem is this right here. Ooh, I'm trying to watch my mouth. But
shoot from the hip.
But the beginning, the beginning, a woman will suck you and F you 6 ways to Sunday. All of it's about is what she can get, what she can get.
Oh, you went there.
Okay.
Oh.
But then
after we said I do.
After you said I do,
yeah.
You have to doggone write a letter to Congress for some head. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wonder what's to eat in the kitchen, because you try to look across the room because she done fixed her plate already. Food in the kitchen.
Oops, okay. Pies in the pantry.
But before marriage,
right,
the plate came to you first.
Right. Okay. Before
marriage, they do a lot of before marriage. That's what the problem is right there, me. So you want to test drive to see the morals and values that's been instilled in her. You know what I'm saying? You want to see what's been instilled in her to see what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
But you need to also, this is a little problem where we fall as men.
Uh-huh.
You need to express to her that, hey, This is year 1. Can I get the same love year 20?
Uh-huh.
Don't be a used car salesman to me.
And sell me a lemon, honey.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't
And
do
sell
that.
me a lemon.
Don't do that, man. I know people. I know people that got married, right?
Yeah.
They thought they was happy. Sex was good. You know what I'm saying? They just all in, test drove everything, put them down. Everything was good the whole 9 yards. And then they finally say, let's cohabitate. They get the place for a room. They all together on a room. And they both sitting there after they unpacked the whole world, the whole 9 yards. They sitting there. He's sitting there looking at her. She's sitting there looking at him. His stomach going,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's sitting there and she was like, and she looking at him and he looking at her. And guess what? She couldn't boil water.
Okay, now wait a minute. Here we go.
That's why you need a test drive.
Well, wait a minute. What are we test driving? Because see, we talk about sex before marriage. Okay,
test driving everything.
So now, but what of the good girl who has not been sexually? See, the idea of all this, remember, is that the wife is supposed to be virginal.
The good girl is virgin.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. That's a ball of clay.
Okay,
boy, a ball of clay. I'm your ball of clay man. I'm
okay.
saying, historically.
Jesse stupid. He say, y'all done sent me upstairs to my wife. Peace. That's my boy. That's old Jesse from the Spitters, the legendary Spitters.
But it's so crazy because that's funny. I put it like this. You need to test drive. Reason I say test drive everything because, okay, now the woman that ain't done nothing, right? The virgin. I used to be the virgin slave. I already know. When I grew up,
right.
I think I was the first. I think I had the first mile on every doggone drop top in Chicago. Okay, so, but that's fine. I can wait on it. If you already doggone, saying ain't had sex ever in your life, right? That's cool. The ball of clay is great because guess what? You have the rest of your life to doggone conform that into what you all have. You know what I'm saying? So you can build that and teach her the things that she needs you and show her different things about her body as a woman. You know what I'm saying? And then she'll be able to learn what she likes. And then guess what? You're learning with her. So now you know everything she likes and she know everything you like. So really that's a lock machine right there because now you know what to do for her. She knows nothing else.
Right, which is supposedly what this is supposed to be done.
Right.
Okay, so now we talk about that, but now we're going into sex before marriage, but yet we still talking about test driving, but one person is more experienced than the other. Someone may have the bomb head today on somebody who's inexperienced, but if you are a world traveler, honey, and then had, you have degrees of what this is, then she come up and thinking she giving a bomb digging. They'd be like, okay, what is this? What is this? So it becomes, okay, what do we do? Do we say that because a lot of us would get into the sex is whack, but we don't get into, well, let me show you how I like to be pleased or whatever the case may be, but to have that learning.
Remember you said earlier, when you spoke earlier about the biggest organ, the sex organ.
It's the brain, right?
Now let me give you something on that, okay?
Give it to me.
Matter of fact, let me give you my first one. How about this? I am a guy, right? I don't function well if I know I got a time constraint on me.
Okay. Yeah.
If I got a time constraint on me or it's something else going on, like after what happens, right? Or something, you know what I'm saying? Like it's something else in line or something else is more important. Something that doggone, if I can't get your 100% undivided attention in an intimate moment,
right,
and know that even after that intimate moment, there's intimacy that's not intercourse.
That's right.
If I don't know it's happening like that, my body doesn't function well.
Okay.
But when I know that it's a situation where It's all about you, and it's all about me. It's all about us.
Us.
And I know that's what it is.
Right.
For the rest of that time, it ain't no drive-by. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, no, I'm serious.
No, I know.
Because the minute my mind feels like it's a drive-by, my body is not. It's not there.
I'm gonna put it like this because I know for me, I don't like being treated like a trick.
And that's my problem.
I don't like being treated like a trick. Don't
me.
no.
I don't like that. I don't like that because guess what? When that happens, you have yet to see what I can do to you or for you.
Oh, for you, right, right. Mm-hmm.
So you really don't have a position to judge.
Right.
You can't say nothing about my performance or nothing because you ruined my performance with your habit.
Exactly.
But had you set your ass down and allowed me to be who I needed to be, then you'll learn. Mm-hmm. Some men ain't about themselves. They're about you.
Okay.
You can't give everybody the same label, baby.
Hey. Okay, so now we're still on this kick of test driving before we buy the car. Or why buy the car when you can get the milk for free?
Kick the tires.
What is it about sexual appetite? Because there are some folks who are insatiable, and there's some who are lackluster, okay, you get that feeling of, okay, I'm doing this because I'm supposed to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Yeah.
If you have to doggone
like it's a chore.
If you have to freak me like a chore.
Yeah.
If you got to love me like it's a chore.
Yeah.
If you got to love me like you got there paying the invoice, get out of my life.
Oh, not paying an invoice. Oh, that's good.
Get the hell out of my life. Go ahead on, because this is not where you want to be.
Right. Okay. Now, what? Okay, now that's the invoice. What about the insatiable? What about the insatiable? And I'm gonna go here because let me throw me back in this mix. Because for those of y'all who I say it on here all the time, y'all know sex is my addiction. Okay.
Yeah, I saw Snorts on the other day.
Snorts, you know why I'm gonna hit here. Okay, sex. Okay. Okay. Don't do that because somebody gonna put a new drug on the market, call it that. Okay. So when it comes down to that, because I've had someone tell me he didn't believe I could be monogamous with him because I said, can I be very honest with you? He said, yes. I said, quite frankly, I believe I can, because if I could throw all of this passion onto one person, I'm down for it. I said, but I have not been in a relationship long enough to find out if it's true. I said, because in my life, the folks who I've dealt with, they never wanted to see me as a lover. I've always been some kind of family member or whatever. I was good for a fuck, but I was never good for the long haul. Okay, not in that regard. And so he thought that was very troubling or whatever. He said, "Wow, that's kind of sad." I said, "I don't see it as sad. It's just what it is. I'm the cat's meow. I'm everything, honey. I am, and oh my God." But then I get the I respect you too much, and I still don't understand what the fuck that means. I respect you too much to go here or to go there. And then I've come to accept the fact that you're telling me that you on some fuck shit and that you're going to spare me all of that because you respect me too much. That's what I've come to accept as an answer. But I'm still trying to understand what that is. So when we talk about
that's whore language, right?
Huh?
That is whore language.
Yeah, I give you that.
I'm talking about what they're saying.
Yeah, I give you that. Yeah, I give you that.
When females talk to me, in my lifetime, when females talk to me like that, and they come like that, I just be looking like, I would have rather just gave you the $40 versus the $70 lobster meal.
Right. Okay. Right.
This could have been over with 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago. Right. Right. And now you know what? That's interesting because I had something like that happen to me. I had a guy, very attractive. He knew I liked him, but he was in a bind, right? And he came over to my apartment. We lived on the same floor. He come over to me and he tried to offer himself to me, for, I think he needed like $40 or whatever it was. And I looked at him and I said,
got me up.
I said, wait a minute, baby, hold up. I said, this ain't even you, And he says, he was trying to make it like it was him. I said, mm-mm. I said, don't do yourself like that. I said, I'm going to save your dignity and your integrity. I'm not going to have sex with you, honey. I would rather give you this $40 and let you save yourself than for you to feel as though you're doing this because you thought that's what I would like. Mm-mm.
$40. Somebody
$40.
to beat him with a Bible.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And he looked at me. He almost cried. He didn't. He wanted to break. He gave me a hug. And I told him, I said, baby, I said, you don't have to do that with me. I said, because it's not like that. I said, now, I realize other folks may have taken advantage of you, but this ain't even you.
When I fell down,
don't you?
I was like, oh!
And when I think you can stealing, I know there's a God. I know there's a God. Stop it. Anywho.
You so
Anywho. So now, still sex before marriage. Okay, sex before marriage. And here, men, are you able to hold out? We always put this on the women, and it's always about the women being this, and this. But what about men? Because for the man who is the virgin, and comes across an experienced woman, and it becomes this whole big old song, and what kind of man is you? Have y'all even now, I've seen those memes that carrying on social media where the guys are saying, I'm a virgin, I've never had sex, and then, oh, you must be gay.
Now, I'm going to tell you something that's funny. Have you seen the meme? And this is where I'm talking to everybody. There's a meme out, right? There's a couple of versions of it.
Uh-huh.
Where this guy, they get a guy, right? And they run and duck off somewhere because two girls want to doggone, give him head.
Uh-huh.
And when they duck off, right, the girls start tying their hair up and they get down on their knees. And then he get down on his knees and he start praying.
Yeah, I did see that.
Because he don't know no better.
I did see that. Okay. So now, do we slut shame? Do we virgin shame? Why do we do all that?
Man, ain't nothing wrong with a virgin. Fellas, hey, life has been good. God has blessed me over the years with some beautiful children, lovely children. Lovely. Love all y'all. Now, at the end of the day, if like say, taking the knowledge I have now and putting it into my younger self, I probably would have doggone kept myself.
Okay.
I probably would have kept myself, and I probably would have had all the same babies would have been by one month.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't have any regrets of where my children come from.
Right.
I've had some beautiful women in my life, some very smart women in my life. You know what I'm saying? All my kids' mothers have been great women.
Right.
But when you think about what could the dynamic change could have been, that probably would have been it, even though it sounds traditional and cliche.
Uh-huh.
But that probably wouldn't have been, that would have been the dynamic change that had me on another path.
Okay, right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the path, you know what I'm saying? I can't choose my own path. I can only go by the steps that's ordered to me.
Right.
But I probably would have ordered another direction.
Right.
Because we're not here to be used for ourselves. We're here to be used for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We put in place to do His work. So at the end of the day, that whole sex before marriage thing, worldly wise, people have just overtook the test drive thing. But when you look morally into the situation, I believe two people that have never had sex before that date and they stay abstaining until after marriage have some of the greatest marriages and connections in life because they shared something that was totally doggone delicate, you know, for them both to have never had. So I believe those that, I'm sure they still exist, it's very few, you know what I'm saying, of young couples that got married that never had sex before. So their brain is not stained, which is that organ. If it's not stained, and the only stain that it gets is your significant other that you actually married, then all the traditional stuff makes sense. Right. But like you said, if Ricky Lee has been to Vegas 6 times and she ain't up on the front porch, this could be a problem.
Right. That goes to that unevenly yoked situation, doesn't it? You know, so now, is that the reason for test driving before you buy, to make sure that we're sexually compatible? Because I've heard that.
But it also comes into these lazy ass people that's not from our generation that don't want to do the work.
Oh, well, there we go.
Because the Bible, when they put you together, when you listen to those vows say 2 shall, SHALL, become one. Not 2 are one, and boom, it's all over you. That's where you locked in.
Right.
It says shall. Shall means work.
That's right.
You got to put in the work. Love is an action word.
That's right.
I love you, you love me, I love you, back and forth. Beautifully said, beautifully done, always from the heart. But love is an action word.
Right.
Okay. We can say it to each other all day, but what have we shown each other to show that we love each other?
Exactly.
And it does not have to be monetary. It can be just your actions and your attentiveness to that person's needs.
But here's the thing about monetary, though, because we get so stuck up. Y'all get so crazy about monetary ways always being the end all be all. But okay, you get the money, now what?
Right.
You know, now what? Because you're still empty. So now you're thinking you get more or whatever, but it doesn't sustain you. You know, it doesn't fulfill. It doesn't do.
Some of the strongest relationships have always been the ones without money. The strongest marriages, the strongest doggone relationships where there's baby mama, baby daddy, they're strong. All of us together. I'm gonna tell you, the struggle will make you walk straight.
Okay. Let me ask this question. When does sexual experimentation stop? Because in the beginning, for those of y'all who like to have sex before marriage and trying to keep them in, you're sitting around there singing Missy Elliott, pussy don't fail me now. Okay. Y'all on that. When does experimentation stop? Why is it that you feel as though you got to go to somebody to find out how to put zest back into your life or back into the marriage and carry it on? Okay. What is it about that?
Wait a minute, whoa. Repeat. Rinse and repeat. What do you say?
When you had to go and folks are talking about how do we put zest into the marriage,
right.
Or just because their sex life, you know, they got boring. You know, we did all the stuff, we did the flipping over and carrying on before we got married. Now we done got bored because it's the same old same. How do you now, you know, rekindle and do all that you did because you did it all before you got married?
You court again. That's what you do. You court again. Because guess what? What you used to court with in the beginning, there's new things now. Courting changes every 12 months. Because the industry that helps you and aids you in courting always bringing something
new to the table.
Whether there's new resorts, new trips, new islands, new toys, new liquors and spirits, new everything when it comes to intimacy. So again, shall put in the work, search and find out these things. And the only thing board you'll have is a board game that came out that year that you all play together and you all sign together.
Not a board game.
That's what you need.
Pass out.
Hey, I've seen some dice before, boy.
Oh, baby, I got a pair.
They're how you.
Yeah, I have a pair though. In fact, I got 2 pair actually. 2 pair of those dice.
I remember, matter of fact, the little party around about the long table down
Yeah.
there. Oh, yeah, the dice broke down the table.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, there we go. Okay. All right. You know what? We're gonna let y'all go because it's already after midnight. We came in a little late, but as you can see, this is Blooming Onion. We can go on and on and on. But however, I think the next time that we do this particular subject, I want to bring some of y'all up in here and we can talk.
Yeah, we want to do a panel on this, so we're gonna bring 2 women and 2 men.
Right.
And we're gonna open this wide up. We're gonna definitely do this. So we'll be reaching out to pick and choose what we're gonna do, set a date, and literally lock it in, and we're gonna stay 10-toe down. And we're gonna have this discussion right here. So be ready to dish the tea.
Okay. And then Tim, what you say? Trump got her paying $1,900 for some ground beef. You so say? Is that why she can't function?
They say a show is only good as its listeners and watchers. So there's something wrong with all of us here, and I'm gonna accept that. I am you, and you are me.
So having said all that, children, listen, we're going to let you guys get back into your world and carry it on. It is after the witching hour on a Friday. And so we're gonna do that. So listen, if you love us like you say you do, honey, listen, like, subscribe, to share, and go and tell all your family, your friends, and things of that nature to come on in to like, subscribe, and to share, honey. Okay? But if you hate us or don't like how we come across or this, that, and the other, whatever the case may be, you can tell all of your motherfucking enemies, honey, to come over here to like, subscribe, and to share. But we want you to understand something, that any and everything that we do over here at 3 the Hard Way, honey, the syndicate, honey, any and everything that we do will move forward in any way, shape, style, form, and or fashion. So, my darlings, you may finish all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meech and the big guy ally over here, honey. This is the big red fella.
That's dope.
Okay.
It's been dope tonight. I should have took him out of here with Frank, but it's dope.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's dope.
But in any event, darlings, we're going to let you guys go. And wait a minute, where am I? No. There we go. Okay. So there is that. Until the next time, my darling, you guys be safe. Take care of yourself. Love one another like you want to love yourself. Okay, you hear what I said? Like you want to love yourself. Catch that. Okay? And then we can move forward. So on that note, okay, went out. I had to fade it out. I thought it was going to last, but it didn't. So, scene.